Hi guys, welcome. And in this video today, what I'm going to be doing is having a look at some Green Stuff World paint remover. Now I know there's a lot of different techniques to be able to remove paint from models. Some of them fall short depending of course upon if the model's been varnished or not. There's simple green, there's other paint removers I've seen. Dettol is a favourite if you're in the UK, but a lot of those either have like really smelly sort of consequences, or especially with the Dettol one, because I've tried that before, you end up with a weird gloop you've got to try and get rid of. This apparently is reusable. It's a reusable paint stripper. It's a paint remover that can just basically remove acrylic, enamel and lacquer based paints. So I'm hoping that this is going to help me update some of my really old Eldar. So I've got a collection of my models in front of me. Some of them I didn't paint, some of them I did. There's some metal figures and some plastic figures in here. I've got some old school metal. This is a very old school metal figure from my past. This is my old school Elder Rangers, and I'll be honest with you, I'm still going to be doing the type of camo. I quite like the type of camo that I did here, so I'm going to be doing that type of camo on my future plastic Rangers, which the Elder have gotten bigger and taller. Yeah. And I've got here a Finecast. Now, this is a Finecast model. I could tell by the way the gun's really wobbly. I got these second hand and I've not had a chance to sort of try and repaint them yet. And I've also picked up a couple of these guys. Now, this guy is a standard plastic Games Workshop. So is this guy here. I'm chucking him in because this guy will have been varnished with one particular type of varnish. That was actually the Games Workshop varnish that I used on these. These were the Mecha varnish from Vallejo, so that's going to be different. And this guy here is a model that I've effectively repainted. And I believe when I bought them and I didn't strip it, I just repainted it. And then I believe that the person that had them before me and actually painted them up twice before I did. So there might be 3 layers of paint on this. So this is going to be a real good test to see whether or not it's going to be able to strip down some of these figures. I am going to remove the bases, of course, and I'm going to be putting them into a lovely plastic style takeaway tub. I'm going to try and get them as covered as I possibly can, as it states you should do here, and then you rinse with water and remove with a synthetic brush. If insufficient, repeat the process. I'll probably get some wire wool in there because, you know, you need to sometimes. So this is going to be a really good test. It says to between 1 and 6 hours to actually use this. I'm going to be using it for the full 6 hours, simply because I'm going to try, and especially with this guy here, I think he's going to need some proper severe soaking. So right, let's get these bases off, shall we? Come on, you okay. So I managed to take the bases off. This guy came off really quick and clean. Of course, not a lot of center points on there. These two, as you can clearly see, the old school sort of metal, they'll just come straight off. That's a lot of bases. This Finecast guy just decided, no, I'm just going to snap. Oh, I hate Finecast. But the base itself is actually a resin base, so I might stick that in there because that's a different type of resin, just to see what happens to it. And then, of course, we've got this nice looking plastic. And then I'll just take away the bases. Right, let's put this in. So on this one, I have noticed with some other Green Stuff World products, some other ones that I've seen, it's a removable top. This one is not. This one is just the just kind of like the pourer. So I'm gonna, it might take me a while to get quite a lot of this in. Nope, and it's splashing me. Now, interestingly, it's taking forever, this. And I'm probably going to end up using near enough the entire bottle, so I'm hoping this is definitely reusable just to try and cover these guys here. But as you can see, that guy is already starting to look a little crazy. There's stuff starting to happen on, in fact, there's stuff starting to, whoa, wow. I mean, I'm only just putting this. We've got stuff happening already by the looks of this. Right. I'll be honest with you, that's pretty much nearly empty. So, lid on, give it 6 hours. So it hasn't been 6 hours just yet, it's been 3. So I'm just going to open it up to have a look. Oh, it's got some smell to it. But quite a bit of the old paint seems to be flaking off here. Yeah, we're getting down to some bare stuff. I'm wearing gloves because apparently, according to the side, it might be an irritant, but anything like this, you should always wear gloves anyway, to be honest. Right, let's hopefully that even though it's not submerged, I think the fumes are even allowing stuff to come off. Right, back in for another 3. Okay, so these have been in now for 6 hours. I've not opened the tub yet. Let's do it. So I'm not sure none of me ever think this is going to get anywhere near any of this liquid. Oh, it does actually smell. So it has got a smell to it. So it seems to have permeated. It's got underneath some, definitely got underneath some of the actual. I think what I'm going to need to do here, ladies and gents, is get a brush in here. Now I've got an old Citadel shade brush, which is a little bit stiff now. So we are going to now, that particular arm wasn't actually submerged, but it is coming off. Oh, I'm getting down to the bare black plastic. It seems to have got rid of some of the glue. Has it melted any of the plastic? No, we seem to be getting some good detail here. Right, let's see if I can do that to the rest of these. Then get them washed and dried. So, here we have some of the finished results. Now, the plastic, I couldn't get into all the nooks and crannies. What I really should do is get a toothbrush on these to really get them down. I've actually put these into some cold water just to try and rinse any of the fluid off there, and they're not 100% clean, but I'll be honest with you, these are definitely clean enough for me to be able to restart and start again. They probably need a bit, they'll need some scrubbing, just to try and make them clean. The metals and the standard plastics have come out really well. The Finecast, for some reason, I don't know why it's focusing on my finger, so I do apologise. The Finecast, if we do this, look, is very soft when it's come out. I don't know if that's part of the process, but it could be a bit of a concern for resin models. Majority of the time when I'm repainting, it's probably just going to be plastics and metals. If I'm completely honest, nowadays there's I don't really get a lot of resin models unless they're large resin models. And if I'm buying a tank, it's rare that I try and submerge a tank in paint remover. I'm mainly just going to paint over it because a lot of the details, especially if it's done by airbrush, you tend to be able to paint over it quite easy. In my opinion anyway, especially if you're doing it for yourself. If you're doing it for a commission and it's something completely different. But yeah, I'm really impressed by how this came out. It is smelly, but it's not unpleasant. Unlike, I can't stand the smell of Dettol, as an example. So it's not completely unpleasant. It's not something that you can't stand being around. Now I've got a tub of it still. There we are. So I'm going to be putting some more models in this. and I'll leave them overnight and see what it does, because of course I don't want to waste it, and there's plenty more of these guys that need sorting and plenty more of these guys that need sorting. Well, thank you very much for watching, guys. Please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification button if you do want to see more. I should include a link either in the video or in the description below that will give you a link to where you can get these in the UK, this particular product in the UK, cheaper than normal. So it's always good, especially when Green Stuff World stuff in the UK can be quite hard to get hold of. This place has loads of it. Well, thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.